Loving what you're watching? Don't miss a moment of Power CEOs or any of your other favorite shows live or on demand anytime, anywhere. Download the free app, Now Media TV app on Roku or iOS and enjoy that in the comfort of anywhere you are. Or check our website, nowmedia.tv, click on shows, catch the first half of today's amazing episode, and don't miss a moment of anything. We're going to dive right back in. I'm here with Dolores Hirschmann. We were talking before the break about what it looks like communication and transactions, communication and business. It's more than just marketing. And, execution often gets all the credit, but if execution is the engine, communication is the oil. And not just in marketing and branding or when we're looking to exit a business, but also in leadership, in clear communication and getting what we need done. And so, Dolores, in your experience, when founders stall during a sale or when they're scaling, is it usually a strategy problem or communication one pretending to be strategy in your experience?
It could be anything, but it actually comes down to them being able to clearly communicate the vision to their team and their stakeholders. And I believe clarity is kindness. And when we hold back information for whatever reason, fear, lack of trust, not the right culture for full transparency. And I believe that if you don't have trust and transparency, you're gonna hit a wall at some point. But when you are holding back information on, or where you are giving what I call fast food requests. What's a fast food request is, hey, can you do this? And then run away without context, without details, without deadlines, without what the success look like. You are setting yourself for failure and you're setting your team for failure. And whatever it is that you think you are accomplishing, you won't.
I couldn't agree more. And, one of the things we were talking about in the break is a lot of times the question comes up, how do I know my business is ready to sell? So I want to ask you that. And then I also want to ask you, what is the cost when we think our business is ready to sell, but it's not, and we list it anyway? Because I think those two questions go hand in hand.
Well, there's many layers here. First of all, I'll say your business, you need to make sure your business is ready to sell before you're ready to sell. What does that mean? It's almost like your home. If you have a home that's falling apart in all the places, if one day, for whatever unfortunate reasons, you have to sell your house, it's going to be a disaster. Same with your business. If you're not keeping processes clear, you're not documenting, you're not having a clear strategy of investment, you're not managing your money well, you're overstretched, you have a ticking bomb at any point. So first you have to clean house. You have to make sure that your business is running like a well-oiled machine. So when are you ready to sell? If the business is cleaned up, it's operating well documented, then it's really more a decision of where is your heart and where is your vision? What do you want in your life? I believe that our business is a big part of how we live and what we do with our talent and time. And when our heart is out of the business, it might be time to sell. Maybe you're ready for a new adventure. Maybe you're ready for a different type of life. Or maybe you recognize that what got you here won't get the business there, and you want you have the respect and the loyalty to the business and your team to know that you might not be the right person to scale it. And that's totally fine. There's a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for starting founders who know that they're not the ones to see through the scalability.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that, and part of that I find is when the founder is not the person to achieve scale because they've never got there before, they don't have that other skill set, maybe they don't have that Rolodex of relationships to get to the next level or whatever that may be. That the cost of being not in alignment with the vision or where you want to go is what ultimately kills momentum and actually can cause that to slide back. So you lead as a multilingual executive, and you and I talked a little bit about English as a second language and communication and how that actually has sharpened your skill set in high stakes room. I would love for you to weigh in on that And what do you tell non-native English speakers who think clarity is about speaking better instead of thinking better or being clear?
First of all, yes, being English as a second language has helped me because I look to communicate in plain English. I also believe, and as a TEDx organizer and TEDx speaker coach, is that big words are how we show that we are afraid of what we're saying and that uh, uh, we are hiding behind a mask, right? And so for me, I believe that as a foreigner and as a English as second language speaker, my accent is my asset. How I speak brings a different dimension to how I think. And of course, the accent has to be one that can still be properly understood, and there's layers of that, right? But if your accent is not getting in the way of comprehension, then trust that you can add more value because you think differently, you construct sentences differently, and you seek to communicate and engage in a different way, and that adds value. I'll add one more little thing. The first time I was ever hired as a speaker, it was one of my clients. It was 12 years ago. And she was a coaching client and she hired me to speak at one of her events. And I said, "What do you want me to talk about?" And she said, "I don't really care what you talk about something in the coaching space. But because you have an accent, people will listen to you more attentively." I was like, huh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's really true. I've noticed when you speak in other countries, like when I go to other countries, um, people pay attention more. All of a sudden, because you're speaking in a different country or you have a different accent, you're not from here, so you must be someone. It's like an elevated level of credibility and
Credibility.
authority, actually. That's an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah. You
And
want to be the unicorn in the room.
That's right. That's right. And something that I hear a lot, and I have got so many friends internationally. One of the things that they say is, well, I have an accent, I need to get rid of it. And they kind of hide behind that fear of speaking. They use that as a shield to communicate their fear of getting on stage. What would you tell to the people who are hiding behind their shield of their accent and if only I need to learn better English or I need to do some sort of speaking training in order to get rid of my accent? What would you tell to those people?
Granted that the accent doesn't get in the way of communication, of course, but if that's the case, then your accent is your asset. It's why they will pick you over someone else because you will stand out. People are looking for different people are different than everybody else. You want to stand out. It's like college application or any kind of application. If you are on the line and there have multiple speakers on the same topic, all evaluated equal as far as knowledge and capacity or experience, then if you speak differently, there's an edge to you that can add value to contribute to the event.
I'm thinking as you speak, I'm thinking about communication. Everybody talks about communication as a soft skill, and they think about their accent or their limitation or anything that's different as a limitation, but actually it's a superpower. So if you're watching, Dolores is here. She is super successful, and she's here to tell you that your accent is a superpower for you. Start treating communication like infrastructure, and that's just a little extra steel to your infrastructure. So this has been really fantastic. We are running towards the end of our show, unfortunately, but I wanted to ask Dolores, if people are watching this and they want to learn more or they want to engage with you as a speaker coach because you have had tremendous success, or they're looking at that messaging and communication as they move to transact in their business, how can they reach out to you?
Yes, come to dolores.me or mastersinclarity.com. There you go, mastersinclarity.com. You'll find a lot of information there. You'll find ways to connect with us and connect in our social. There's a lot of free resources you can actually access. So come to mastersinclarity.com.
Thank you for that. Clarity isn't cosmetic, it's currency, folks. Whether you're pitching investors, leading a team, closing a deal, your ability to communicate with precision is what builds trust, accelerates execution, and really multiplies your value. Dolores has reminded us that language isn't just a tool, it's a competitive advantage. I love to leave this show because I'm a coach as well, Dolores, with one action step that anyone watching, whether they're an entrepreneur who's just starting out, someone who's looking at exit or looking at pitching investors, what is the one action they can take today to improve their communication and enhance that competitive advantage?
That next meeting you have with a potential buyer or a potential client, record it and watch it. It's like a athlete when they're looking to up level their performance. They watch their play. So watch your play, listen to your talk, and if need be, get feedback.
Thank you for that. Of course, always. And engage with a mentor because that is so tremendous. If you don't have one, reach out to me, reach out to Dolores. We are happy to get you in the right space. All things do come to an end, including this show. But the good news is we will be here same time, same station next week. You have your marching orders. Record your next conversation, whether it's a buyer, whether it's to pitch an investor. Watch it, listen to it, pay attention to the little habits you have, the nonverbal cues, and pick one thing to work on and move that along, or find a mentor or someone who can help you guide you and grow that area. Until then, take your action, win today, win this week, and we'll see you same time, same station next time. Have an amazing rest of your day.